In this video, we're collecting money from 2 vending machines. Watch all the way to the end of the video. Enjoy the show. What's up guys, it's Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We're back with another vending collection video. Here we are back at the truck accessory shop. And if you recall correctly, this Royal 650 Live View machine has been having some slow motor issues. So we're going to try some things out in this video to try and address the problem. Watch all the way to the end of the video to see if we actually are able to fix the problem or if we're going to have to order some new motors. So anyway, let's open the machine up and I'm going to talk about what all we're going to do in this video. So as you can see, the Red Bull Blue, I know I opened that door there. We'll show you in just a second here. The Red Bull Blue is in the far left columns 5 and 6 there. So see, column 6 is sold out. Column 5 is still full. And if you recall in previous videos, column 5 has a slow motor. So what we're probably going to do is try and move things around in this video, because basically what happens is the column 7, which is currently behind column 2, column 8, currently behind column 2, which is where the Pepsi is now, is empty. So I'm going to move the Pepsi back to that column, and then I'm going to move that other column of Red Bull Blue to where the Pepsi is. But like I said, watch all the way to the end of the video, because we're going to make some more discoveries as we test things out. So first things first, we're going to get our Dr. Pepper stocked up. I'm going to start moving the Red Bull Blue from column 5 over to column 6. And the way this machine is set up, column 1 is your front column on the very right hand side. So when you open the door, it's that first column on the right. Then it goes from right to left. It goes column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the front. And then back to the right hand side in the back, columns 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's actually 12 columns on this machine, but only 10 selections. So that means 2 columns are basically extras for one of your selections, or you can just choose not to use those columns, basically, however you want to program it. I had it programmed so that Mountain Dew is using columns 1 and column 7, so they're front and back. Column 2 was Pepsi, column 8 was empty. So we're going to move column 2 to column 8, and we're going to change the programming in our buttons. We're going to do all that. And like I said, we're going to try moving column 5, which is the other column of Red Bull Blue, over to column 2. Now, like I said, we're going to find out a lot more in this video. So as the video progresses, we'll talk more about, what our plans are and what we're going to do. So again, make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video. You're going to learn some technical knowledge about the Royal machines. You're going to learn what works, what doesn't work, all that good stuff. But right now, all we're doing is moving all that Red Bull Blue from column 5 over to column 6. Because ultimately, we're going to remove everything from column 5, and that's going to give us easy access to column 11, which is behind it, and which is where our Monster Energy drinks go. And the Monster Energy drinks have been selling really well here at this location. So previously, we had to stop at Sam's Club and buy some Monster Energy drinks because we didn't have any in stock. So we're going to add those to this machine. We're going to fill it all the way to the top. And I think there's going to be a few extras. So probably the next time we come back to this location, we'll go ahead and stock those up. And there's my first mistake. I don't know if you caught that, but as I was pulling one of the Red Bull Blues out, I caught it on a piece of metal and it exploded, or it started spraying. So I just took it there into the bathroom and I just kind of tried to dump it out. And I got, sticky Red Bull hands all over myself, and it sprayed on the machine. So I'm taking some damp paper towel back with me. I'm going to wipe down the machine in the different parts where it sprayed. Because it sprayed there in the column, it sprayed on the door, even got some on the floor. So I'm ultimately going to make sure that this area, this whole thing is all cleaned up, so that way I'm not leaving a mess for the place of business, because that's completely unprofessional to leave a mess. So we don't want to do that. So obviously I'm going to wipe things down, wipe down the door, the inside of the machine, everywhere where it could cause problems, because again, we don't want to have any issues. So I'm removing that white piece that's part of the Red Bull shim kit. And let's start doing some tests. So basically what I'm doing now, I'm going to go into my test menu. There we go, test. And I'm going to go and try different columns. So I'm going to hit a test for column 5. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but there we go. It had one that was needed to vend, so it vended right there. So even though that motor is slow, it does vend from time to time. So now what I'm doing is I'm removing this is actually a can shim kind of flappy thing here. I don't know what to call it. I don't know if it's got a physical name or not. If this piece does have a name, put it in the comments. Let me know what it is. I guess I could pull out the Royal manual and take a look, but if you know what it is, just put it in the comments for me. It is kind of a pain to get this piece out, but basically we're going to need to move this to column 2. So next things next, we're going to move everything in column 2, which is that Pepsi, to column 8, which is behind column 2. So we're going to do all that, but first things first, we need to actually stock up some other things too. We've got some Coke to stock up, we got some Mountain Dew to stock up, some more Red Bull Blue, which we're going to put in where that Pepsi currently is. We're going to leave that column there open. We're going to stock up the Monsters. We got so much to do in this video, so I do apologize. This video is going to be one of our longer videos. I didn't speed it up this time because I wanted to take the time to kind of talk through each thing that we're doing for this machine. So next things next, we're going to load up all the Monster Energy. And again, we had to stop at Sam's Club on the way to this location because we were out of Monster Energy. It's selling really fast here. And the other location that we use this at is our laundromat location. And unfortunately, it doesn't sell as fast there. So we're going to get that stocked up. That's going to take just a minute because Mrs. Galaxy Games is going to hand me each one. It is a brand new package, so she had to open it. I didn't have it all prepped and ready in like a crate like I do with the Red Bull Blues. I usually unpackage everything, have them in crates ready to go, so they're just easy load. And I know that this machine has a shelf too I can pull out and use to set things on there. But for some reason, I always forget to use it when I'm on location. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it in one of these videos. Who knows? Maybe we'll do it in this video. I can't even remember. But I know there's a pull-out shelf that we'll use. Sooner or later, we'll use it. It just seems to be that, and that's not the case right now. Anyway, so we're getting that Red Bull Blue. Not the Red Bull Blue. We're going to do that later. We're getting the Monster stocked up right now. And while we're doing that, guys, let's talk about a few things. So today is Wednesday. It is live stream day. So how many of you join us on our live stream? If you don't know, myself, Galaxy Games 843, Extreme Vending here on YouTube, and the Howard Hospitality Group also here on YouTube, all three every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on Galaxy Games 843's YouTube channel, we host a vending discussion and Q&A live stream, where basically usually runs about 2 hours, roughly from about 9 p.m. Eastern Time to roughly 11 p.m. Eastern Time, or so on and so forth, where we take questions, we take comments, we have discussions all about the vending business and all kinds of vending businesses too, like full line, which is what I focus on. Extreme Vending focuses on mini claw machines. The Howard Hospitality Group focuses on mini claw machines. They focus on bulk vending. They have some full line too, so they're kind of all around. And I guess we have some bulk vending too. We just don't have any mini claw machines, but we also have some full-size claw machines. So there's a lot of experience in our live stream discussions. Plus, we've had some great people join us in our comments, like Quick Play, Vending Business Solutions, Dominic Barbado, who else? Kevin from CandyMachines.com. We've had representatives from Nayax there. Matt from Nayax has been there. There's been so many great people in our live streams kind of helping answer questions and talking about the vending business, sharing best practices. You're really missing out if you're not joining us every Wednesday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, remember too, things are going to be crazy for the next couple of weeks. We get the holidays coming up. People are going to be traveling. So we might have to change some schedules around. Who knows what's going to happen? But just know that we're always planning on having our live stream, having our videos, as long as people are watching our videos, watching our live streams, participating, sharing, liking, commenting, all that good stuff. So with that said, put it in the comments of this video. If you've joined our live stream, tell us what your favorite topic of discussion has been, and maybe some new topics of discussion you'd like to hear us talk about. And the best way to hear us talk about a discussion topic is to join us on the live stream and bring it up in our comments in the chat. We would really appreciate your interactions with us on our live stream. Anyway, back to the vending machine here. What we're doing is we're moving that Pepsi now back to column 8 so we can stock up column 2 with Red Bull Blue. We're going to have to move some things around, obviously, some spacers, the shim kit, that flap, that metal flap thing, whatever you want to call it. All those things now need to go into column 2 if we're going to be running the Red Bull Blue there in column 2. So after we get that Pepsi moved to the back, we'll do probably a test vend or something like that. Let's do a test vend, I think is what we do next. So I got to get back to that main board, hit that test bar, or that menu button. It's going to take us to our menu here in our Royal machine. And I'm trying to reach it in there. There we go. All right, let's scroll down to test. I'm going to test vend column number 8. And if all is successful, a bottle of Pepsi should automatically vend here. So Mrs. Galaxy Games is there ready to catch it so it doesn't hit the ground. She's watching for it. And remember, we just loaded it all up, so it might take a second or two here. It's turning. What's happening? I don't know. let's hit that button one more time, or what are we waiting for? I'm not even sure at this point. Maybe I'm testing, you know what, I think I'm testing column. I think I'm testing the wrong column. I think I'm testing column, a different column that it doesn't have anything in it. So let's test the correct column. And she's giving me directions on what I'm doing, which one's testing, what's moving, what's not moving. I don't know. So I think we're running some tests here. And ultimately, what's going to happen though is we're going to vend a Pepsi. So that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're watching for. There we go. There's our Pepsi. So column 8 is working properly. Column 7, which is the rear of the Mountain Dew, might not be working properly because I think that's what we were trying to vend 7 and it did not vend. So we might have to replace the motor of column 7 also. The good news is column 1 still functions properly. So it's not like we're not selling Mountain Dews. So we might be using column 7 as storage for more Mountain Dew, or who knows. But ultimately, I think we're going to have to replace some motors in this machine. So we know column 7 has issues. Column 8 worked fine. So we're going to move things around in column 2 next, so we can get those ready for the Red Bull Blue Spacer Kit, or shim kit, whatever you want to call it. This white piece and that metal flap at the bottom too. So I need to move again, remove some different things from column 2, get everything ready. I think there's some plastic pieces I need to remove, so that way that white shim kit can clip onto the metal piece. There we go. We're going to remove that plastic. I'll put it over there on column 5 for the time being, just so I don't lose it or I don't have it moved around. I do have a bunch of spare parts back at the shop if I ever need them as well for this machine. So luckily, we're stocked up. All right, putting that shim kit back together. After we get that done, we're going to load up some Red Bull Blue here in this part. Let's also remove this flappy piece. The flappy piece will save. And this is probably the hardest thing about this machine, is removing and inserting these metal flaps. I don't even know what they're called. Again, put it in the comments if you know what this metal flap is called. So we got that one taken out. I'm going to try and put it into column 5 for the time being. And I think I decided, you know what? I'm just going to take it back to the shop with me because we don't need it right now. So this is the proper flap we're going to put in. This is the one that comes with the Red Bull shim kit. So in order to vend 8.4 ounce Red Bull, the smaller cans, in these Royal 650 machines. I think I got the shim kit from DNS Vending, in case you were wondering in the comments about where we got that Red Bull shim kit. Pretty sure it came from DNS Vending in Ohio. All right, so now that we got that all taken care of, let's start unloading the rest of our crate. We got to stock up some Sprites, so we're going to throw those in there. I think there's some Cokes to stock up, maybe some Mountain Dew, and then, of course, the remaining Red Bull Blue. We're going to put those in column 2. So here we go. Sprite stocked up. Let's get the Coke done next. Then it's time to add a few more. Looks like we're moving around some Mountain Dews while we're waiting. Some more Coke. Is it time for Red Bull Blue yet? No, we still got more Coke. All right, that should be the last of the Coke, because I think we only did a 6-pack, or maybe, okay, we did 12. We did 2 6-packs of Cokes. So once we get that taken care of again, I think we have some Mountain Dew, and then it's time for Red Bull Blue. All right, so while we're doing that, guys, I do want to remind you, our channel is growing pretty rapidly, and we would like that growth to continue. So if you haven't done so yet, it's time to consider subscribing to Galaxy Games 843 right here on YouTube. If you like vending related content, we've got lots of great videos. We have a ton of videos on the way. Let's see, we've got some videos about installing the Nayax credit card reader on that Wittern 3589 Futura combo vending machine. We've got videos about us getting the MDB codes and programming the new product map. A little bit different than that older video we did a while back. This one gives you everything you need to know, not where you need to go in the app to get MDB codes. We've got it all this time. So this new one will tell you literally everything you need to know to program, to get your MDB codes, and to program your product map. We've got lots of collection videos coming your way, more behind the scenes stuff. So if you like our content, make sure you subscribe to Galaxy Games 843 right here on YouTube. Hit that bell notification too, so you're always notified when our new content uploads. And of course, give this video a thumbs up to like the video. It helps others find our videos too. All right, so we got some of the Red Bull Blue stocked up, and I think that's all we have in stock right now. If you recall correctly, we were able to find some in that previous shopping video that we had on Monday, but this video was shot before that. So basically, that stock depleted our Red Bull Blue inventory. So after all that, we had none left on our inventory rack. All right, let's do a test vend on column 2 now. We want to make sure that it's going to vend that Red Bull. So let's go ahead and test vend that. Column 2, hit test. It should be vending at this point. And I don't know if you can see, but it's moving super slow as well. And kind of to set the stage here, this location did tell me they were having trouble with the Pepsi as well. So I wasn't sure if we were going to have an issue like this, but it looks like we have yet another motor that needs replaced. So ultimately, this machine needs 3 motors replaced. Column 2, column 5, column 7, all need motor replacements. So we're going to order some motors. We're going to do at least 1 motor replacement in the next video. Probably going to be there in column 2, which we're currently trying to vend the Red Bull Blue. So we're still going to have that issue where we're only having 1 properly working Red Bull Blue column right now. But next time we come to this location, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna order the motor, we're gonna replace the motor, and therefore fix the problem. So you see, it took us 3 test vends to vend 1 Red Bull Blue from that spot. And that's just unacceptable, because what's gonna happen is now, when they come and buy and try to vend from that, it's gonna not drop anything, and then the machine's gonna mark it as sold out. So it's pointless currently. So again, we're gonna fix that. We're gonna get new motors. We're gonna replace the motors the next time we come to this location. So if you want to see how we replace motors in this machine, again, subscribe to Galaxy Games 843 here on YouTube. We're going to show you that in the next video. So what I'm doing now is I'm actually reprogramming my button selections. This is called the space to sales for this machine. And currently I'm making sure that Pepsi, which is button 2, I think, is programmed to go to column number 8 instead of column 2 now. And then, of course, I'm going to do the second Red Bull be programmed to column 2 instead of column 5. So ultimately, then, things aren't vending the wrong selections when people are, buying things. I'm making sure that they're pointing to the proper columns. And you can set up custom setups for in your space to sales. That's what I'm doing here, making sure that the proper columns are registered to the proper buttons, and therefore there's no errors, no issues, nothing like that. So after we get that taken care of, we're going to move on. And I think it's going to be time to do the money collection after that. So now I'm just checking to make sure which columns where, what selection they're set to, and all that good stuff. I know this part's kind of boring, and I'm not really explaining this very well. I do have some previous videos if you want to learn more about programming the button selections or prices or anything like that for a Royal 650 machine. It's in my video history, so go back in my history and you can find that in there. I think it's a 2-part series. Anyway, let's go do the money collection. And remember, this machine doesn't do a lot of cash sales. Most of the sales for this machine go through the card reader, of course, the Nayax credit card reader. So we will pull the cash out, and it's not a lot because, again, most of the sales go with credit card sales. So there, it's a small little stack, but I'll fan it out for you. Total amount collected, this is a 2-week service collection for a drink machine, $164. That includes cash, coins, and the credit card sales. So there we go. Locking the machine up, we've got some work to do on this machine. We're going to be replacing motors in the next video. But now that we got all that done with that machine, let's move on to the stack machine. Mrs. Galaxy Games is going to take over on the stack machine as well. So we'll unlock it. We'll hit our Nayax switch inside to reset the cash box, the inventory, all that good stuff. Then it's time to get stocking of this machine. And I will say, for this 2 weeks, the sales in this machine have been just a bit slower. I'm going to do my best to get everything ready to hand to her like she always does for me. She does a much better job than I do of this. I'm going to try not to mess it up too bad. And basically what I'm doing is I'm kind of, filling everything that she needs. I'm giving her everything she needs with all the labels facing the same way. And so she can just kind of stock as she goes and just kind of flies through it. Now, like I said, usually when she does this for me, she's much better at it. She's much more efficient. But it is what it is. All right. Second row, we have Smart Foods, and it looks like she's going to struggle with that tray a little bit. Smart Foods, which is our white cheddar popcorn, probably our best seller here in the snack machine. White cheddar popcorn, the Rice Krispie treats are probably the 2 best sellers. So we're always having to stock up those Smart Foods, and we do buy those at Sam's Club. They come in a 50-pack. Check out our shopping videos. You can see how much they cost or where we find them in our Sam's Club. But we sell them for $1 a bag, so obviously we're making a profit because I think it's only like 18 something for the box. And when we sell them out, we end up making $50 off the box. So definitely a profit to be made there with those. Works out really well. So there we go. That row is stocked up. Moving down to the next row. I don't know if we have any expired items, but we'll check. She always checks that too. She's filling up the Cheez-Its now. Looks like Famous Amos didn't sell too many. Maybe one there. We'll get that taken care of. All right, next row, what is next? I'm not going to stock up those mini cookies because they haven't been selling great. And this row looks like Rice Krispie treats. Like I said, they always do really well, so I'm going to make sure those are good and full. because there's one guy in particular that buys a lot of Rice Krispie treats at this location. So we'll get that taken care of. So while Mrs. Galaxy Games is stocking up the snack machine, I do want to remind you too about our Discord server. So myself and Extreme Vending here on YouTube share a Discord server where it's kind of like our live stream. We talk about everything vending. There's a lot of great people in there. The good thing about the Discord server, it's available 24/7, and there's always people in there chatting it up about vending, sharing best practices, sharing knowledge, asking questions, creating discussion, all kinds of great topics about running or operating a vending business. So if you're looking for information, if you're looking for best practices, if you're looking to share your knowledge, come join us in our Discord server. You can find the link for that right here in this video's description. Just scroll on down, find the section about the Discord server. There's a link in there. Follow that link to the Discord server and join us for our vending related chat. All right, just about got everything stocked up. We're down to the bottom tray. And man, this is a long video, isn't it, guys? I'm so sorry this video is taking so long. But I will say the Pop-Tarts are doing much better at this location than the Honey Buns ever did, than the Chocolate Donuts ever did. Let's do the collection for this machine too. Again, this is our snack machine, and it's not as heavy or not as fast moving as our drink machine. Again, the majority of the sales in this machine go through the credit card reader, so there's only going to be a little bit of cash in the machine. Not a lot of coins, not a lot of bills. Most of the sales are credit cards. So there's a couple coins there. And again, I do keep the money separate from these two different machines. So that way, when I go back to the studio and count everything out, I can get accurate counts. All right, here's the cash. Let's go and pull that out. We'll fan it out for you. There we go. Not a lot of cash, but total amount collected with cards, cash, and coins, $53.50. So our total amount collected for 2 weeks from the truck accessory shop, $217.50. Not too bad. We'll certainly take it. All right. With that said, it's time to wrap the video up. We got our machines locked up. We're going to make sure our work area is clean, and it's time to vacate the premises, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you took something away from this video today. Hopefully you enjoyed hanging out with us for this 20-some minutes for this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We appreciate your support. Don't forget to subscribe to Galaxy Games 843. Don't forget to give this video a like. We're going to wrap it up right here, guys. So once again, this is Matt with Galaxy Games 843. We'll see you next time.